This is just a test. Make sure everything is running properly here. All right. My name is Matthew Ferguson. This is my part 2 video for the MIS 372 Assignment 2, showing the data model and stored procedures for my Coug Hotel system. I have two set up tables right now. First, well, we can take a look at it through design here. So I set everything up in varchar 75, type name, blah 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 for the stats. If you want to take a look, there we go. So I have three different room types: standard, deluxe, and premium. Base rate $99.99 goes up by $50 each tier. Max occupancy goes up by 1. I just have a quick little description here: standard room, blah 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 blah. Looks like this didn't update with my font, so I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. Let's see, and then we have our database rooms table here. So what I did was room 1 through 10 was floor 1, 11 through 20 is floor 2, second floor, and then 21 through 30 is the third floor. And then I just did the room types. You know, the first floor is basically all standard, second floor all deluxe, third floor all premium, for a total of 30 rooms and 3 floors. Let's see what we got here. My stored procedures, I have one for adding room. I'll just show you that. So this one is run to add a room. I have save new rows to the rooms table, validates if the room type exists. If the room type does exist, it will, or if it does not exist, it will just stop the program. Let's see here. And then I did one just to show rooms. You know, obviously I can just do a quick select query here. Select from the rooms. Run that. And I have the same thing, but I just set up a query for it. Or I'm sorry, I set up a standard stored procedure for it. So that's this real quick, just to show it, you know, if anybody else wants to check the room. Let's see what else we got here. Save that. I had the add the room type stored procedure here. So that's just your basic adding. I got four categories to add in here. Forget the technical term. Parameters. Should be 4 parameters there. I'm not exactly sure what you're looking for, but ultimately this is, you know, creator alter, and then just all my stuff, max occupancy, all the things that were required. So that's basically it. I have all of my stored procedures and just queries that I use saved on my desktop drive. I made a local server just to make it a little easier, so I wouldn't have to keep connecting or work everything through a website window. Show room types. This is just a quick, basically a select from procedure. I just set that up as well. So that's really it. The main two are the adding rooms, the adding the room types, those parameters for my stored procedures, and then these were just kind of quick lookups, quick select froms. And then I believe that's everything. That was all under the Coug Hotel. It was part 2 of what I had just done. The Shopify I had shown in the Word document that I set up. But you know, this has all of my columns, all my stuff here, my categories. I've already shown all of this stuff before. All my categories there, my customers, and then I'm the first entry here. Got my wife as the second entry here, and then we have products. I want to fill this out. I'm going to go backfill because I have a lot more. I have a much better understanding now than I did week one. I was overwhelmed week one, but things are starting to make more sense, and I've gained a lot of experience in the last couple weeks. So I'm going to go back and kind of fix these categories up, make some things a little bit different. But I do have clothing category, I have electronics, and I have food categories currently. Let's see here. And we have our sales details. I only made one sale, just a mock-up sale of 2 PlayStation 5s, the Pro editions. And so that's where I'm at with that, but I'll expand that. And then open one, close one. Been taking your advice on the tabs there. I have 4 stored procedures for these. These are all just add categories. Quick add category name. This is a simple one. So if I need to add another category, I'll just pop that in there. I could do medical or I don't know, something. We'll figure that out. We got the add line item. And this is the big one that you had written up. I followed it both from the YouTube video that you had and the PDF, the downloads that we had. And I came up with this. So I just used your information here. Basically, built-in fail-safes, to keep the data integrity good. No duplicates, don't want to charge a customer twice, stuff like that. Let's see here. We got the add new customer. Also has some built-in, where are we at here? Already have a customer with that name. Built-in duplicates, very basic parameters for that. It just checks the name to see if they're in there, and 2 people can obviously have the same name. So I can set up more parameters for that later, but currently it's just set up basic. And then this is the add a new product. Just alter the procedure, insert into the products category with all the following column names, and then the values. Just basically add that on there. I have set up queries for like execute. I wonder if I can pull those up. Let's see here. I'll pull them up straight out of my folder here. The folder is not going to show, but it should pop up a like execute real quick here. So these are some of my things. I leave a lot of notes for myself, just while I'm learning. Just keeping notes on exactly what everything does so that when I read it later, it all makes sense to me. But just adding the values here, stuff like that. So I have a lot of those. I pretty much have an execute query written up for every stored procedure. So that's where I'm at with that. And I believe that's everything that you need. So thanks for listening.